Hello and welcome to Stockton Junction. I've got an update for you today on progress. So one of the first things that you'll see is that the track there has all been weathered and details added. Scale model scenery, drains, and the catch pits. So catch pits that side and the drain manhole covers that side. Also, if we go up this end, I've got the round drains there, and obviously the scale model series cable trunking. I've also done the cable trunking, the electrical wires along the side of the far platform now, the same as what I did on the front one. So that's done all the way down the whole length of the platform down through to the other end. The other thing I've been working on is this back section along here. I've done a lot of greenery, vegetation, etc., going all the way down to the tunnel entrance. So that's finished. So basically everything's finished on here up to just finishing the platform roofs. So I've got to do some felting, roof felting on there, and I've got some can't think now, AC like aircon units to go on the roof there as well, which I got from Model Railway Scenes. So they'll be going on the roof above the buildings, and so that's them finished. I've done all this new balancing on here. The other thing that I've done, while I had my airbrush out doing my track weathering, I thought I'd have a go at giving my Royal Mail coaches, my mail train, a bit of weather. I think it's come up quite well. It's taken the newness look away. I was a bit concerned about trying it to start with, so I practiced on an old coach first, because two of these coaches are Model Zone limited edition exclusives, so not the cheapest of coaches. So that's the 4 coaches there done, both sides as well. I think they look pretty decent. I've only done a light weathering because I don't want to overdo it, but I think they look pretty good. I've also got some of the hunt couplings on those, which I won't go into because everyone's done videos on those. So they're on there. I'm going to use a few more hunt couplings later on for a lot of my other rolling stock. And they seem pretty good for the coaches anyway. So moving on, we've got obviously some of the cameras, not the cameras, sorry, the clocks fitted either side of the bridge. Now you won't be able to see it at the moment, but this is ducting to hide the wiring for the station building, which is currently here. I haven't finished plugging it in yet, but underneath there is wires. There's lighting under there, so you'll be able to see under there when it's lit up. And there's brute trolleys, and from Bachmann's Scenecraft brute trolleys with the yellow tractor units. There's scale model scenery, the cages that you would have seen back in sort of the 80s, 90s, probably even today still, but for the parcels and things like that, under there. So just so this bit here will be hidden from view. If you look under the edge of the bridge, you'll see there's a bit of a concrete plinth that will continue over this side as well, so that will hide this ducting. But the only purpose of this ducting is to stop the waters dropping down onto the trains and catching on anything. Right, so moving on to the station building, I've I had the balancing here with the points on, but I didn't like it very much, so I thought I would match the balancing on the platform buildings, and so I've done that. I've got to put a little a couple of steps in there just to make that look a little bit more aesthetical, otherwise it would be a bit of a drop. And in the corner there I need to put like a wall or something to hide that bit up. So moving around to the front of the station building, we have, I just need to move, the model railway scenes foam boxes. As you can see, are a couple of them there in position, along with one of the salt boxes from the model railway scenes, and the planters as well. So they look really good. I've got Bachmann Sincraft bus stop here, because this is going to be the bus lay-by, taxi lay-by part here. I need to put the signage in still. But with these, what I am going to do is scrape all the blue paint off and repaint them in the Network Southeast red, so that they match the era and style of the platform. So I have a question to ask my viewers. I've done most of the street lights, etc., but I've got these lights, but I haven't fitted them yet, wired them in. Now I'm in two minds. Do I have them like that, as that one is, sideways, or do I put them sideways that way? So any opinions on what you think would look better would be appreciated. So like that or like that. I personally think that way looks slightly more aesthetical, but I really can't decide. So anyway, moving on, I think I mentioned that I was going to redo these boards, which I have done. If you look here, this is the original thickness of the old boards, so I've done this in this ply, but with these dropout sections that I'd made, I managed to trim this one and get it to fit dead in the new area. So with a little bit of wood to just lift it up level, I've managed to keep the old car park and pub area. So that's work in progress, and I'll probably be starting work on that next after I finish the platform buildings. So starting to look like a real town scene now. I think obviously you've probably seen all the shops before, but these were, I can't remember what make they were. I think they were scale scenes shop fronts that have a front like that, but obviously I've put full interiors in them, including in the rooms as well at the top. There's interior prints inside, and for like the Tesco's, I've done a larger fascia to the front and made it into a single big store with a little bit of modification. So, but when they're all lit up, hopefully we'll be able to see better. And I've also started doing all my road markings, as you can see. I've got the Belisha beacons there. They are going to be working. I've got all the wiring in place up to the underside of the layout this side. I just need to wire them in to the actual electrics, and I want to make myself a little switch controller for switching all the different lighting on and off. So that's that. I used the scale model scenery stencil kit to do the white lines. It does actually bleed a little bit in the edges, so you have to go around and tidy them all up, which is a little annoying, but it does work. So that's how I did the zebra crossing. You'll also see the pedestrian railings there. They're Model Railway Scenes product. They're very good. I thought they would look ideal there because no zebra crossings complete without without the railings. So you also see I've got the starting of a bin there. I'm also going to use one of the open bins next to it with some rubbish sticking out the top. I need to do some like gates at the back there just to hide that gap, and again the same on the gap further up there. So the town scene's really coming on now, as you can see, looking pretty good. I've managed also to fit the church in, but as you can see it overlaps slightly this side, so I do need to trim the actual board to make it fit. But the church itself isn't stuck down yet, so I had started sticking down some of the gravestones this side, but I'm going to actually take them up anyway because I want to do some static grass in that area around the gravestones, make it look a little bit unkept. So that'll be project 3. So the platform buildings, this area here, and then that area at the back there. So got myself a little Wilton Dorset bus. I need to sort of number it and change the destination for the sort of area I'm doing, but it was the Wilton Dorset buses for the era that I'm doing, so it's pretty good. So I've got my shops there. I've just purchased 2 of the Bachmann's, or 3 Bachmann Sincraft low relief buildings there to finish that corner off. So you have a chemist and a chip shop. They had interiors on the bottom but not on the tops, so I used some of the interiors I used for these buildings inside for the rooms in the back and fitted lights in both of those 2. The transport police station there hasn't got any lighting because the windows are all blacked out, so you can't see what's going on inside there. I've also got this station hotel building, which is pretty big. There's some nice terracotta chimney pots there that I bought off eBay. They're pretty good. Now that's pretty much it for this update, but as you can see I've done quite a lot of work, and I do think that it looks pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy with the progress of the layout. I do want to get this area here finished purely because I'm going to move the TMD to the front section up here onto the right and have the area here for the Gordon Bennett, my mind's gone blank again today, it's doing it a lot, for the permanent way depot sort of area here. And as I said, I'm going to have like a steam train area as well where they coal up and stuff, so I can't do any of this until I've finished all of this back area really. So as soon as I've finished the platform buildings, I'm going to probably work my way along the back there and do all that back scene, because as you can see, as from there, it's not been finished. I have got some other buildings to go in here that I'm working on at the moment, but again, I like to do my detail, even though you can't really see all this from sat back there. I've got lots of vegetation, overgrown stuff all in the back there. It's all the detail, and I broke that fence on the end putting the board in, so but it's all the detail that matters. One product I did buy off eBay, there's a guy, I can't remember the company name, sells hedges and things. Now I bought some, I had some N-gauge hedges, and those little plants there that look almost like stinging nettles are actually those hedges. I cut them in half and then trim little pieces off and put them in singly, and they look like little stinging nettle type plants. I'll find the details out for that, and I'll show you how I do it. But I do think they look pretty good. I've got a bit of buddleia there, a few other bits and pieces. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for today's video. Hopefully for the next video I'll have the platform buildings finished, and maybe start working along that back section there as well. So, but I've got so many different jobs to be doing, it's sometimes hard to know which one to do next. So I hope you enjoyed the update video and that you like the progress so far with the layout. So maybe I'll have some trains running soon as well. The only problem is I've got so much junk all over the place and I can't move. So, but thank you for watching, and goodbye.